And you look younger than that. Well, I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm telling you my story because when I was 14, it was the first time I ever touched turntables. And it was so much fun. It was like a friend of a friend's company or something. And it was just this random place where I was like, oh my God, and I could play with some turntables. Yeah. Didn't know anything about anything. I was just this weirdo girl, you know, and I just liked it. Then later when I was like 16 or 17, had a boyfriend. Helped him get his DJ equipment. I was the one that collected records. He would sell his records all the time, but I never thought I could be a DJ. I would give him ideas. I'd be like, oh my gosh, you need to put Bill Cosby over this hip-hop instrumental. Like, I would come up with all these ideas, but he was a DJ. Yeah. I never thought I could be the DJ. That's when I was 16, okay? Went to college, got my degrees. You know, I still work part-time with children and do social service stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
But by the time I was 30, still wanted to DJ, you guys. So I'm telling you this, and now, like, that's half, like, I DJ downtown, like, 2 nights a week. You know, like, it's a big part of my income. It helps me pay my student loans. And I'm telling you this because what you guys are into right now, you're still probably going to be into it in like 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know I am.
You know, and so life takes you on these different paths, and I'm grateful for all the education. I wouldn't take that away from anything because it helps me even have deeper roots with my music. Because as a DJ, you're in power. You're like, you have a lot of power. Yeah. And whether you realize it or not, you're putting energy out there. And so I think my education kind of helped me realize that. It's hard to connect, but it's true. Because, for example, I've been out where DJs, like there's DJs and, you know, girls, and this is like kind of more grown-up stuff, but it's the life when you're out there at bars and people are drinking. And there's guys that will really, they'll be playing this music and, you know, it's so, girls should be able to dance however they want to dance and not have a guy mess with them, right? Yeah. But sometimes, as a woman, when I'm DJing, I make sure I play music that sets that tone where people feel good. Like, I might play something that's kind of sexy, but I'm not going to play something, like, I regulate. Do you know what I mean? Like, I keep an eye on the crowd, and I'm not going to play something that's, like, too crazy that's going to make some guy want to go do something crazy. Do you know what I mean? Not that music makes people do that, but I'm just saying, as a DJ, you're in power. Yeah. More power than you realize. Even if you're nervous and you're sweating and you're like, oh, my God, I'm so, you know. Because there's moments like that. But once you get into your groove, you have a lot of power, whether people will even acknowledge it or not. You're kind of slowly, you know, putting little things in there. So for me, I always have a real clear intent that I want to put an energy out there where everyone can feel good and positive and everybody's safe. That's just me, because I've done a lot of living and I've seen some dumb things happen. You know what I mean? And so just know that you kind of have a responsibility. Well, you don't have to take that responsibility, but you should. You should take that responsibility. So. All right, so we've got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday together. Okay. And my goal, but we can change these goals. My goal is to have you guys actually match a beat on your own by Friday. That would be my goal. But if there's something else you want to learn, that's fine too. Because
I want to do it on the top and screw thumb.
Okay, I'm going to try and get you some slow stuff so we can do that, okay? Do you guys have, you guys can kind of think about what you're interested in. Bring some of your records from home if you want. We can kind of maybe experiment. You know, like one thing I can bring is I've got some like old, like I love to look like old comedy records or spoken word poetry, and I'll put like a, you know, hip hop instrumental and just drop some Nikki Giovanni over it, and it's really beautiful. You know what I mean? So it's kind of fun to do that kind of stuff. So or even like, you know, if you're gonna mess around with chopped and screwed stuff, if you find old thrift store records, be like, oh, I wonder what that's like really slowed down. You might open a whole new world. You know, you never know. So think about what you guys kind of want to get out of this, because there's so many different aspects of DJing. Like what I do is only one kind of corner. I know I have a friend who only spins CDs. I have a friend who only does laptop. I have a friend, you know, like some people that only play punk rock music. Some people only play house music. There's just a whole, I'm only one kind of DJ. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to show you what I know, but I want you guys to feel free to, you know, open your horizons to whatever you want to get out of this. So think about what you want. Think about your vision as far as what you want to get out of this, so y'all can share that with me so I can help you get there. Yeah. Okay? And I will bring some old 45s and stuff. Do you guys, what do you like the hip hop?